welcome to our KTBS Plus live stream, guys. We are here at Louisiana Nursery where, of course, the weather is finally starting to warm up. It's finally starting to get into that time where planters and gardeners everywhere are getting out and making sure that their gardens are up to date. They're taking care of their plants, and where else better to be than Louisiana Nursery when it comes to getting everything that you guys want for your garden this year. Let me ask you, how long has Louisiana Nursery been here in the community for?
45 years.
45
Opened
years.
in 1980.
Wow,
Yeah.
45 years. And one thing that I think is so cool and so unique is everything that you guys are looking at in this greenhouse right here, you guys grew, you guys take care of, you guys make sure it is beautiful and as healthy as we are looking at right here. Talk to us about the kind of the workflow that it takes. Is it just an everyday type of thing? I know you said you kind of categorize, you know, what takes what, like if whatever takes so much water or whatever takes whatever type of fertilizer or spray or whatever it is, but just that workflow, is it a lot to take care of so many plants every single day?
It can be a lot if you're doing it by yourself, but we have a great work crew.
Yeah.
And the ladies that work here, they love the customers.
Yeah.
And they love just planting. And it's a passion.
Yeah,
you know?
Absolutely. Now there's so many of these hanging plants that you guys are kind of looking at. Do you know roughly about how many you guys have?
We have close to 1,000 right now.
Wow,
We started it in the beginning of January, planting them.
Very nice. That is so cool. And of course the greenhouse in here, keeping them warm through that winter stretch. Was obviously you guys have gone through a couple of those. How do you guys prepare for a big winter freeze and keeping all these plants really healthy?
Well, of course, we have to monitor the greenhouses, you know, and use generators. But the outdoor stock, we cover with a winter cloth. And we did it during Snowmageddon, and we didn't lose anything. And we did it again this last ice storm, and we didn't lose anything. It's a lot of work to cover and uncover, but it's worth it.
Wow. Yeah, and absolutely, especially whenever you guys aren't losing any plants, right? That is so great and unique. I think that is one of the great things, because as we've been kind of talking, you've been telling me, you know, certain plants can't be out under 45 degrees, or certain plants, you know, it's not smart to soil them just because, you know, they won't grow as well. And so to be able to save all these plants from, you know, being able to still be healthy and everything, and making sure that they're still able to get out is so unbelievably impressive. I want to get into talking about this guy right here real quick. This is a plant that really, if you guys take a look up here, kind of looks like a bird almost. What's the name of this and the kind of the story of this guy?
This is a bird of paradise, and it's pretty popular just because of the look of the bloom.
Yeah.
It is a tropical, so you wouldn't want to plant this outside in the yard or anything. You leave it in a pot and grow it year round. It doesn't bloom year round, but it blooms off and on.
Let me ask you, when it comes to potting plants, what's better? Is it that terracotta type pot, or is it more the plastic pot, or does it really just depend on what plant you're getting?
Well, it just depends on what you like to use. You just always want to make sure that there's drain holes. The clay has a more porous, and it can release the and intake the air on the sides. Yeah. Whereas the plastic, you know, you just have to depend on the holes in the bottom, but you definitely have to have drainage.
Absolutely. Now, this might be a question, and I was thinking this question. It might be, you know, the thing is, no questions are dumb questions here, right?
No.
So when it comes to watering, is there a difference, or again, is it just a plant preference where is it you plant them in the morning or in the evenings? Does that have any type of effect on a plant at all?
As far as watering in the morning or in the evening, you want to water the plant where it's not going to be in stress for water at the hottest part of the day.
Okay.
So you can do it the night before or the morning of, and then that way they can intake that water. Now, they don't take up water much at night. They do their growing at night. That's when plants grow, is at night.
Yes,
so you know, early in the morning, that way they're nice and hydrated when it hits 105.
Yeah.
You know?
So how does the humidity affect trying to grow plants in Louisiana? Because I mean, it gets hot and humid outside.
Right.
So how does that kind of work?
There's a lot of plants that don't do well here, you know, just because of the humidity. And sometimes you'll get some fungus and stuff like that, a powdery mildew that you can treat. But you know, we try to carry plants that are not susceptible to that kind of thing and do well in our climate.
Absolutely. One thing that I thought was really cool is we kind of take a look back at some of the things that we were looking at earlier. was the mosquito plants, right?
Mhm.
How popular of a plant? I'm assuming that's got to like sell out popular.
We do.
Is that how is that something that people are coming in to buy like right now? Now that the cold is finally
Yeah,
gone?
we've sold some so
Yeah.
far. Yeah, sure have.
And I think that again, is it just the scent that throws them off with
It
that? Is that
is.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That is again, as I'm kind of learning because I'm not super. I have learning right now what kind of goes into keeping bugs away or how to even really grow and keep maintaining. I learned about companion plants here a
Right.
couple of minutes ago, which was so cool. And so there's so much that kind of goes into keeping a garden healthy, or even just whatever you want to get, whether it is the mosquito plants that kind of go into. How long have you been in the nursery business for?
Yeah, probably close to 45 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Wow. And so with that obviously comes so much knowledge, so much, so much practice, you see so many things happen and different things like that. And so there's no real end to that. What would you say, as we kind of get into why is the tomato plant so easy for people to take care of? Is it just that it's a hardy plant that can deal with a lot of weather? What makes it so easy?
Well, it is, and then it also, most people love tomatoes. Not
Mhm.
everybody, but it's just their preference. Some people like the cherry
Yeah.
tomatoes where they can pop them in your mouth. Some people like the slice of tomato, then you can make a BLT. So it's just your preference.
Yeah.
And people lean a lot towards the tomatoes.
We talked about like the easiest, but what would you say the hardest? One of the hardest vegetable plants to take care of would be the one that's the most tedious. You gotta spend the most time on it.
Well, I don't know what that would be really. I would say like maybe the squash.
Yeah.
You can have little spines on it,
Yeah.
so you have to kind of protect your arms and something like that. So,
Yeah.
and the cucumber's easy, and the squash is easy, but you have to, they have the spines that can get on your skin.
Very cool. Yeah. So is there? I know I'm just rapid firing asking. There's so many questions I have when it comes to this type of stuff. Is there a difference between having a potted plant that you just keep like on, not necessarily in the soil, but on the ground in your house or whatever, and a potted plant that you have hanging somewhere? Is there a difference that you have to take care of the two of those?
Yeah, I mean, you want to provide the light necessary for these
Mhm.
plants to thrive, but something hanging that's more exposed to the outside air or the wind and the sun is going to
Mhm.
dry out faster than something that's on the ground.
Okay.
And then also when it's cold outside, something that's in the ground is less susceptible to the cold
Yeah.
versus something that's hanging or on a pot. You got that outside air circulating
You're
around the
absolutely
pot.
right. Absolutely right. Kind of like, and this is going to be so funny because our camera guy and I, whenever that big weather thing hit, we were talking about the bridges and why bridges shut down. And it's because, yes, the cold air envelops and it's
Right.
over top. And so it makes so much sense when you're taking care of plants. It's kind of the same ordeal when it gets cold outside. You guys don't want to leave them out, obviously, because then it would dry up and obviously kill the plant. And so other than that, do you guys have social medias you guys would like to shout out? Anything that we kind of missed that you guys would like to go over?
Yeah, we have a great Facebook page, and then we also have we advertise on KTBS,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
then also we have the gardening seminars coming up, growing fruits in our area.
Well, what time?
vegetables.
What time is that? Or not necessarily time, but like, what are the dates for that? Do you know?
So the fruit seminars is next Saturday, and
Cool.
it starts at 9, and we need to call and sign up so I know how many people's coming. And then the vegetable seminars on the 14th of March,
Hmm.
and then the herb gardening seminar is on the 28th. And these are all very popular. 28th of March.
Yeah.
Very popular seminars.
Very awesome. Very awesome. And of course, Louisiana Nursery on Facebook, correct? Louisiana
Right.
Nursery on Facebook, guys. And I think you guys will really be blown away. The very first time I kind of like was walking through, just now the front is even lit up now because of the sun. And so I'll be able to go through and look at more of that. But just the color inside of this greenhouse, you're so right. It's what the people are looking for. It's even, someone who like me, who's just now getting into planting. I am walking away with something here too this
Right.
morning. And so you really fall in love with just the amount of color and how the things are, how the amount of freshness that you kind of feel from walking in here is absolutely amazing. So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this little KTVS live stream that we had. Wherever this live stream sends you, I hope you guys have a happy and healthy rest of your day.